thoughts heading into this matchup?
Yeah, well, it's another opportunity for us to face a very good basketball team. It's an opportunity for us to get better. I think this is great for our young players to have the opportunity to play in this type of environment. Usually the only games you play in this type of environment, if you're a lower mid-major, is when you play your guarantee games and you play at North Carolina or at Syracuse. And this is two Division I programs right in their own backyard, having an opportunity to play in front of 13,000, 14,000 people. And this is a great sports area. It's a great high school, college basketball area. So, it's a fun event. That's really what it is it's an event.
You're used to being the underdog role in this game. Is this any different this year?
Oh no, I think the last 2 years we've been the underdog, and that's really about it. And deservingly so. I think we're the underdog again, this year, and I think that's a credit to Siena because they're very talented. They've been to the NCAA's the last 2 years, and I think it's a situation where we have to play well to win. If we don't play good basketball and we don't play well, we won't win. We can't win. I think we have to play well to win. I think Siena can play average, can play solid, and still win this game because of their offensive firepower. So we have a lot less room for error than they do. We realize that, but we have to do some things that we feel can possibly frustrate them and get them out of rhythm. And Siena's good at forcing you to play at the tempo they want to play at. They're good at speeding you up, and we have to make good decisions on the fly and realize that if we don't have good opportunities in transition when we attack their pressure, that we've got to force them to defend in a half court. And the higher the scoring the game, the more helter-skelter, the faster the tempo, the more beneficial for Siena.
When you're coming off what you said was your worst defensive effort of the season, how much does that concern you going into a team as talented offensively as Siena is?
Well, you always speak too soon. Obviously, when a game is over, it's never as good as you think. It's never as bad as you think, and that's one of the good things about getting an opportunity to close your door and watch some film. I thought were tired, especially in the second half of the Florida Atlantic game. If somebody had asked me, and I wouldn't give somebody an answer early in the season, but if you asked me before we played these 8 games to forecast where we would probably be, I probably would have guessed 4-4. So I think we're a game off of where I probably expected us to be. And, again, I think you throw records out the window in rivalry games. I think, we'll play hard, we'll play well. It's just, are we going to help ourselves as much as we can? Siena doesn't need our help. We can't turn the ball over. If we do turn it over, it can't lead to points, and we've got to really do a good job of keeping things simple and helping ourselves.
Ugalis is questionable for this game. Should he not?
They'll win the MAC with or without him. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. I didn't mean to cut you off. They're very good. If they make a couple more shots last night, they have a chance to win that game. He's very talented, but Ronald Moore makes that team go. And, their front court's terrific. Franklin's their best player right now, based on what I've seen on film, So if UAlbany plays, they're difficult to defend. If UAlbany doesn't play, they're difficult to defend. Whether he plays or not, they're still going to pressure us. The one thing that we all need to realize is it's a long season, and whether it's the MAC or the America East, all that matters is conference play. I'm expecting him to play tomorrow. I don't know the severity of his injury. If they decide to rest him for whatever reason, I can understand that as well, because I believe they have a conference game on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, first MAC conference game. And I think winning the MAC and getting off to a good start against the MAC and having your best player against Iona might be a little more important than having your best player against Albany, but that's just me speaking. So we're preparing like he's going to play. We expect him to play, and if he doesn't play, I still think that they're going to be very difficult to play against. And as many shots as Clarence Jackson missed against Georgia Tech, he's that dangerous where he can make those shots against us. He's a terrific player. That means more shots for him if UAlbany doesn't play, and he's a rhythm guy. When he gets it going, he can get 30. So, either way, it's going to be a tough one for us.
Well, you just mentioned the America East and the MAC. I mean, obviously this game has no bearing on either, but why is this game so important for the fans and for the teams to get a win here?
Yeah.
Why are there so many people that come out?
I guess this goes way back to the Division III days. I think there's a lot of pride involved with alumni, fans of each program. Again, this is a great basketball area, so for me, I think it's an important game and a great game for us because it's against a very good opponent. And the venue that we're playing in, it's a packed house. You don't, in a regular, if it's a low major, mid-major, whatever you want to call it, you don't get 13,000, 14,000 people for those games. They don't get those in the Missouri Valley Conference, which is the best mid-major league in the country. They don't get that in the West Coast with Gonzaga, which is probably the next best mid-major league in the country. So, the fact that we get to play a non-conference game against a mid-major opponent that's going to attract 14,000 people possibly, it's a rare occurrence. And I think that says a lot about this area. Now, we don't have true pro sports in this area, but I think it shows you how many alumni are still in this area from each institution, and how much the people in this area like basketball.
You've played the percentages with Ronald Moore before, and he's burned you. Can you do that again with him?
Well, we're going to mix it up. Ronald Moore makes tons of shots against Albany and makes tons of shots in big games like the NCAA tournament. You got to appreciate the fact that the kid's willing to step up and take big shots and make big shots. We do have to play the percentages. We will play the percentages, and if we get beat playing the percentages, we get beat playing the percentages. What our game plan is, and what those percentages are. I mean, you'll be able to figure it out soon enough early in the game on Saturday. But what you got to understand is whether he's making shots or not, he has a huge impact on the game because he does a good job of taking the other team's point guard out of the equation by denying him the ball and pressuring the ball all over the floor. And the other thing he does is he gets those good players shots in positions where they're successful. He gets Roster the ball on the block. He gets Franklin the ball in the mid-post area where he can face up and rip. The minute Jackson's open, he gets the ball in his hands. The minute UAlbany comes off a screen, he's got the ball in that 15 to 18-foot range where he likes to operate. So, he's very good at what he does. He's very effective. It just seems that he makes an awful lot of shots against us.
Your bench is very young. Siena's benches have been kind of up and down depending on who they're playing. Could the benches play a major role in this game, Will?
Siena's bench is good. Yeah. They just don't play a lot, and that's because they've got very good players ahead of those kids. So, anybody that thinks Siena's bench is down or not talented, they're wrong. It's all about opportunity, and Fran's 5 kids. Those kids are so good that probably should play 34, 35 minutes a game. For us, we need contributions from our bench, and with Barraza being out now, and it's not even about statistics with a guy like Barraza. He's a 21-year-old junior. It's an experience factor, and we need that experience on the floor. Our young guys right now, we're going to play them. We're going to throw them to the wolves. The problem is we've got to start to get some consistency from them. We didn't get anything off the bench at Florida Atlantic, which was disappointing. But freshmen are up and down and all around. It's a roller coaster with them. But we do need a couple of guys to step up off the bench and produce.